With around 200 countries and more than 7.5 billion people, the world is full of interesting, fun and fascinating people, places and things. Today we are going to learn about a popular country with amazing food, history and people. This country is Spain.
Spain is a country located in the southwestern Europe on the Iberian Peninsula, to the south of France and Andorra and to the east of Portugal. It has coastlines on the Bay of Biscay, a part of the Atlantic Ocean, and the Mediterranean Sea. The climate of Spain is temperate, with hot summers and cold winters inland and cloudy, and cool summers and cold winters along the coast. Madrid, located inland in the center of Spain, has an average January low temperature of 37 degrees and a July average high of 88 degrees.
The current population of Spain is 46,755,350 people based on projections of the latest United Nations data. Spain has a fairly high rate of people living in urban population and as such as several sizable cities. The two largest are Madrid and Barcelona, which have population of 6,155,160 and 5,179,243 respectively. Other notable large cities are Valencia, Seville, Bilbao and Malaga, all of which have population slightly above or below 1 million.
Spain is the country with the most UNESCO biosphere reservoirs in the world. You can find it all: lakes, mountains, volcanoes, marshes, cliffs, valleys, deserts, forests, and more.
Spain is governed as a parliamentary monarchy with an exclusive branch made up of the chief of state, King Juan Carlos I, and head of government, the president. Spain also has bicameral legislative branch and made up of General Comes and the Congress of the Deputies. Spain's judicial branch is composed of the Supreme Court, also called Tribunal Supreme. The best known cities in Spain are Madrid. Madrid has a really rampant itself in the past couple of years. Madrid is the capital of Spain and is home to the Spanish royal family as well as the Spanish government. It is a modern metropolitan city and economical and industrial center of Spain. It is located in the center of the Iberian Peninsula and is surrounded by mountains and natural parks. Barcelona. Barcelona is a park towards an architectural style displaying dark Gothic facades next to the harlequin buildings of the modernistas and sky-piercing constructions. Barcelona, sitting between the sea and the mountains, has found a formidable balance. A foot in the traditional things and the other in the avant-garde. Barcelona has the reputation of being the most cosmopolitan, modern and avant-garde city in Spain. Other places you can visit in the Spain for their famous construction are Costa Brava, Valencia, Cantabria, Andalusia, Seville, Mangala and Marbella.
History. Spain's story is one of Europe's grand epics. It embraces the greatest struggles between Muslims and Christians of the Middle Age, one of the world's biggest ever empires, and in the 20th century, civil war, dictatorship, and a stunning return to democracy. In the 9th century BCI, the Phoenicians, Greeks, Carthaginians, and Celts all tell the regions, but by the 2nd century BCI, the Romans set there. Roman settlement in Spain lasted until the 7th century, but many of their settlements were taken over by the Visigoths, who arrived in the 5th century. In 711, the North African Moors entered Spain and pushed the Visigoths to the north. The Moors remained in the area until 1492, despite several attempts to push them out. By the 16th century, Spain was the most powerful country in Europe because of the wealth obtained from its exploration of North and South America. In the early 1800s, it was occupied by France and was involved in several wars, including the Spanish-American War, throughout the 19th century. In addition, many of Spain's overseas colonies revolted and gained their independence at this time. These problems led to a period of dictatorial rule in the country from 1923 to 1931.
This time anyway with establishment of the Second Republic in 1931. Additionally, establishing continued in Spain in July 1936. The Spanish Civil War began. The Civil War ended in 1939 and General Francisco Franco took over Spanish. At the beginning of World War II, Spain was officially neutral but exposed as power policies.
There's international parentescos eventually highlight Spanish economy. Out of ground, America is very close, only for much Europe. I did work around in the time. Between 1916 and 1917, I Spain having this one modern economy. I did like 1917, I began to transition the modern government. The military of General Franco have had to the literary period in Civil War. I last 1975. I discovered session any controlling for us political and silencing from international everywhere. We sit on home prevention. I received economy level at disease from him. They like General Franco, his manipulator many tries. From shit Morocco. I am present con the Spanish model. The Juan Carlos I, I just gave Spanish leople. I reached social democrat. I should like Chimonti. Constitution 1978. I did 2014 in which week. King Felipe VI, Susan, and Throne. Toda Spanish I construye por política y economía systems they gone. Avant, I select for that country to one because I call my bones big part.
Gastronomy. The gastronomy of Spain is immensely rich and varied, just like the country itself, with a wide variety of top quality ingredients to choose from. All tradition and recipe combine to create new quality concept an incredible level cooking skill. It's not surprised that Spain is at the top culinary excellence in Europe. Some of the most popular dishes in the country are
Tapas are served day in a day out in bars and cafes throughout Spain. Tapas can include practically anything, from a chunk of tuna, a cocktail onion, an olive skirt on a long topping to pan-hot chorizo. Sausage served in a small clay dish. To gourmet slow-cooked beef cheek served over a sweet potato puree. Paella is currently an internationally known rice dish from Spain. Today, paella is made in every region of Spain, using just about any ingredient that goes well with rice. There are as many versions of paella as there are cooks. It may contain chicken, pork, shellfish, fish, eel, squid, beans, peas, articles, or peppers.
churros, a recipe. It's a popular snack of hot fried dough coated in sugar crystal. They take on a long spiral shape, making them perfect to munch on the go. The most common place to find these tasty treats is at roadside street stand. Tortilla española is one of the Spain's most famous and beloved national dishes. It's nothing more than egg, potato, and onion cooked in olive oil. And yet, when attention is paid to the technique, it's one of the most profoundly delicious dishes imaginable. Jamón is one of the most famous Spanish foods and one that the Spanish people go absolutely nuts for. Jamón is a cured ham made from either mountain pig or black Iberian pig, the latter of the two being more expensive. The legs from these pigs are salted and hung to dry in order to preserve them to be consumed through the long winter. Nowadays, jamón is commonly served as an appetizer on its own or with bread. Finally, the most encouraged gazpacho is an uncooked mixture of tomatoes, garlic, olive oil, water, vinegar, onions, cucumbers, and green peppers, thickened with breadcrumbs. Gazpacho may be served with croutons, additional chopped vegetables, and chopped egg that the diners add to taste.
There are many places you can visit in Spain, but these are some of the most popular sites and we divided them in 4 aspects. Cultural, Sagrada Familia Barcelona. This beautiful Roman Catholic church remains unfinished despite the death of its architect, Antoni Gaudí, in 1926. This is one of the most popular cultural attractions in Barcelona and has been declared a UNESCO Heritage Site. The church's biggest attraction is its highly architecture, which is a combination between a modern and a Gothic style.
Segovian Roman Aqueduct, Segovia, a symbol of Rome's influence in Spain, made of granite blocks. The structure started to decay around the 19th century, therefore preventing it from properly storing water. There is no readable inscription found around the structure, which makes it hard to determine. What's sure though is that the aqueduct is an important piece of history and serves as a landmark of Segovia.
Archaeological. Altamira Cave, Canabria. Found in 1880 by a young girl exploring the cave, the spectacular paintings of a bison and other animals are the first examples of Paleolithic cave art to have been found in Europe. At first, archaeologists didn't accept the authenticity of the paintings, but an acceptance came in 1902.
Dolmen de Menga, Malaga, a 4,000 years old passage tomb that when it was opened in the 19th century by archaeologists revealed the remains of several hundred individuals. The passage leading to the burial chamber was created using 32 largest stones, some estimated to weigh about 180 tons. The passage is 25 meters long, 5 meters wide, and 4 meters high, making this one of the largest such megalithic structures in Europe.
Beaches. Playa de Rodas, Galicia. This beach is one of those amazing places that once you have been to we will never forget. A perfectly curved sandy crescent. Playa de Rodas is a breathtakingly beautiful beach that could be one of the best in the globe of the world. Buria Beach, Nerja. And by a long promenade that brings shops and popular restaurants and bars. This 100-meter long beach is a favorite and many of the locals in the area. As such, you can find a large range of people enjoying, socializing, and spending time with friends and family.
Outdoors activities. Diving in Ibiza. The nights in Ibiza are fabled to be legendary, but the underwater world will take you on a vibrant and surprising journey in its own way, with its crystal blue water and reefs populated with fish of all colors and sizes. Scuba diving is an unmissable experience if you want to explore the depths of the ocean to discover a rich and varied flora and fauna.
Famous people. We have listed some famous people by their popularity. The famous people are related to sports, politics, science, and literature. Each one of them have different awards and remarkable things of their career. Rafael Nadal is a Spanish tennis player who emerged in the early 21st century as one of the game's leading competitors, especially noted for his performance on clay. He won a record 12 career French Open Championships. Mariano Barbacid Montalban is a Spanish molecular biochemist who discovered the first oncogene. Barbacid is credited for isolating the human oncogene HRAS is blood carcinoma. His discovery was published in Nature in 1982 in an article titled "A point mutation is responsible for the acquisition of transforming properties by the T24 human bladder carcinoma oncogene."
Carlos Ruiz Zafón is a Spanish novelist and composer born in Barcelona. Ruiz Zafón's works have been published in 45 countries and have been translated into more than 30 languages. According to these figures, Ruiz Zafón is the most successful contemporary Spanish writer along with Javier Sierra. Julio Iglesias, a Spanish singer and songwriter whose romantic image, magnetic stage presence, and expressive music made him one of the best-selling artists of all time. B. The early 21st century, he had sold hundreds of millions of albums in more than a dozen languages. Pedro Sánchez. He has been president of the government of Spain since June 2018. He holds a doctorate in economics and is general secretary of the Spanish Socialist Workers' Party, which he joined in 1993. He was also general secretary of the POSOE, leader of the opposition and candidate to the presidency of the government between 2014 and 2016.
We have already learned about spectacular things about Spain, its history, food, places, nature, and more things. Spain has been declared like a famous place that you need to visit once in your life, and that is going to give you many positive things. Definitely, Spain is a point of amazing information that each person can enjoy, and the video will help you to decide your next trip to Spain.